So should we start?
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Anshu, and I'm the academic director for MSc in Marketing and Retail Innovation. I am also an assistant professor of marketing here at UCD. And with me, we have Elaine, who is our head of admissions and recruitment at UCD College of Business, and two of our lovely students from MSc in Marketing Practice, Grace and Orla. So together we'll try to give you a great insight into what our MSc in marketing programs look like. So a quick snapshot, we have 4 specializations, all of which are run across the whole year. So the duration is about 12 months. And the best part of our programs is that all of them are really focused on theory as well as practice. So you'll see in all our programs, there's a lot of focus on application of whatever you learn. And as a result, 90% of our students are employed within 6 months of their graduation. So we also have Q&A running in the chat. Whenever you have a question, feel free to let us know. So yes, so the first program that I'll talk about is MSc in Marketing. The duration for this program is again 12 months, and it runs across 3 trimesters from autumn to summer. And this program is really focused towards a great mix of marketing knowledge. And if you're somebody who really wants to enter the field of marketing, this program is for you. It's also our highly ranked program. So in the QS World Rankings, our MSc in Marketing program is ranked 31st, which is a great accomplishment. And we work very hard to maintain that. So as you can see, our class size for this year was about 78 students. It varies from 75 to about 100. It's a very international cohort where we have 10 nationalities and 74% of our students are international from a mix of different countries. So what are you going to learn in this program is basically this. So as you can see, the first trimester, which runs from autumn to December, this really focuses on your business knowledge in general and helps you develop a great sense of marketing overall. So these modules, the 4 modules that you see for our autumn trimester, these are shared across our 3 MSc programs. So whether you're in MSc Marketing, MSc Retail, or MSc Digital Marketing, these 4 modules will be something that will equip you to essentially build your business knowledge. So if you're somebody who doesn't really have a background in business or in marketing, that's really fine. We will do our best to help you develop this core knowledge. In the second trimester, we'll focus on essentials in marketing. So you'll have courses that are really core to marketing, such as pricing, brand management, which will help you develop an edge over the others in the market. And the third trimester then is very application focused. What I mean to say by that is you have a trimester long project, which is your marketing project, and you work with a real world company, a real client to solve a marketing need that they have. You'll see from this slide that our program also focuses, all programs that we offer focus on developing data-driven decision-making. So for instance, for MSc Marketing, you have analytics and big data, which will help you essentially apply whatever you've learned in marketing to the world and analyze data and make insightful decisions for your real-world applications. So the roles that you can really undertake after an MSc in marketing range across a wide field. So right from consulting to account management. If you're somebody who really wants to know the know-how of marketing and really learn about business, this MSc in marketing is for you. So as I mentioned earlier, we have great employment rates across our marketing programs. And you'll see we have been able to, our students have been able to get great jobs in different companies, right from Deloitte to AIB Bank, Bank of Ireland. So there's a wide variety of companies and wide variety of roles that you can essentially intake after this MSc in marketing. If you want to learn more about our programs, of course, we have all the information on our website, but you can also reach out to your academic director, who is Suhas Vijay Kumar for MSc in marketing, and Evelyn, who is our program manager. But if you have any questions related to admissions and recruitment, we have Elaine here right now. And feel free to reach out to admissions anytime if you have any questions. So if you don't have any questions for this program, I will move on to MSc in digital marketing. So MSc in digital marketing, like our other programs, it spans across 3 trimesters and runs for a whole year, so 12 months, starting from August end to the next August. And this program is for people who really want to specialize in digital marketing and marketing technologies that are relevant in today's world. So in MSc in marketing, you do get a good flavor of digital marketing, but digital marketing, MSc in digital marketing is essentially focused towards people who really want to excel in digital marketing. So again, as you can see, we have a very international class where we have people from different nationalities, 12 in this year for this cohort as well. And digital marketing is a very popular program as well. So our class sizes range from 90 to 100, 120 each year. So this is what your curriculum will look like for digital marketing. So again, for the autumn trimester, you have the core modules, which you will share with MSc Retail and MSc in Marketing, and build your essential marketing knowledge and business acumen. And second trimester is where we'll really go into digital marketing. So you learn things like SEO and SEA, social media marketing, which will essentially help you excel in the field of digital marketing. And again, in the third trimester, you have a very relevant digital marketing project where you'll work with a real world client trying to address their digital media needs. And you also have 2 other taught modules, customer experience management and influence and persuasion in digital era, which will essentially help you excel in the coming decades. Because as you can guess and as you can surmise, digital marketing is moving at an enormous speed. And today, more and more companies are really focusing on excelling in customer experience. So those modules will help you do that. For the careers or different roles that you can take on, again, we have a wide variety. Our students have been working in a wide variety of roles. So here you can take up roles such as digital or web media analyst, or you can work in the field of analytics or even consumer insights analytics, which is one of the fastest growing fields in marketing. As you can see, again, a lot of our programs are very data focused, and building your data-driven decision-making is the focus of our programs so that you can have an edge over others in the market. And these are some of our employers from the past years. So we have people working right from Nitro Software to HubSpot, LinkedIn, Core, which is a leading digital media agency. So as you can see, there's a lot of opportunities out there for whether you take an MSc in marketing or whether you want to do a very, very, very specialized course in MSc in digital marketing. So if you want to know more about this program, again, we have all the information that you would need on our website. You can also reach out to Leela, who's our lovely program manager. And Dr. Julie is the academic director for this specialization. So she is the one who has been leading digital marketing for many years in UCD now. And third, you have my program, which is MSc in Marketing and Retail Innovation. Again, like the previous programs, this program runs across 12 months over 3 trimesters. And where this program really differentiates itself from the others is its focus on retail and omnichannel marketing. So this is one of our newest programs. So as a result, our class size is generally 25 to 30 for this program. Again, we have people from different nationalities, a very international cohort. And this is what your curriculum would look like for this program. So again, you have the first trimester where you build your core marketing knowledge and business acumen. And then you move on to courses such as neuromarketing, supply chain management, and digital retailing. So I'd like to note something here that this program, which is your retail innovation program, is a very interdisciplinary program in the sense that we also help you develop your supply chain management capabilities. And this particular module is offered from an expert who works in the area of supply chain. And then you have your third trimester, which focuses on your retail project where you work with a retail industry client. So last year, our client was Aldi for the project in MSc in marketing and retail. And the students really focused on addressing all these unmet needs in terms of their consumer consumptions. And again, you have this program also focuses a lot on data. So you have a module on advanced analytics and big data so that you can make decisions that essentially bring a lot of value to the real world. We also have a unique USP for our MSc in retail program, which is that if you want, you could take part in an exchange program, which is a 2-week exchange that we offer typically in Jan. So as you can see, our lovely bunch of retail students last year, they went to Toulouse in France, where they worked with Toulouse Business School. And this program is very innovative that it combines theory and practice. So our students were very glad that they got to visit companies like Airbus, Maison, Frognac, etc. And because of our special partnership with Toulouse Business School, we are able to offer this program at a great reasonable price to our students, which is very minimal if you compare the cost across different schools. So after graduating from MSc in retail program, what you can do is you can take up, again, a wide variety of roles, right from retail operations to pricing specialist, e-commerce specialist, etc. This program essentially helps you be a marketer, a great marketer, not only in traditional retail, but also in omni-channel retails where you mix, traditional formats of retail and today's digital formats like e-commerce. We have a great employment rate again in this program as well. So you'll see we have students who've been working with companies like Gym Plus Coffee, Primark, Duns, LinkedIn, etc. So again, a wide variety of roles and a lot of opportunities that you can intake on in this program as well. As I mentioned earlier, I'm the academic director for this program. So if you have any questions on why you should be enrolling into this program, I'm here to help you. And we have our lovely program manager, Leela, again, who will be very happy to answer any queries that you might have related to what the program looks like. So here we have with us 2 of our current students who are in MSc who are already engaged and enrolled in MSc in marketing practice. And they are the experts with their program. So I'll let them talk to you about how cool and innovative their program is. So we have Grace and Orla. The stage is all yours.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Anshu, for the introduction. So my name is Orla, and this is my colleague, Grace. So we are going to take you through the MSc in Marketing Practice, or as we call it, the MDP. So it is an 11-month long, a year-long course in total, 11 months of which are modules, and then 1 year of it is applied projects with client companies. So this runs simultaneously. So it does go from September to September. And then it is different to the other marketing masters in such that it's really focused on action-based learning and has a lot of real-world application throughout the course. So these live client projects that are going on throughout the year are real companies that are facing real world issues that we come in and help them with. So we are known as marketing advisors, and we work hand in hand with these different clients, a wide range of organizations, which we'll touch on later. So it is a small class size. It's typically around 23 students, and then the employment rate is 92% after 6 months.
So just having a look then at what we actually learn on the MDP. So as you can see there in the autumn trimester, we do strategic marketing management and customer and market insights. In the spring trimester, then we have brand management and digital marketing. And then in our summer trimester, we have launching new products and professional development, business building. And then as the whole year goes on, we always have our professional development module, and we always have our applied marketing projects. So those are our client projects that run all year. So as you can see there from those modules, there's a really great combination of learning and practical study.
So then what careers people typically go into after the marketing practice masters? There is a really wide range, and it isn't just limited to marketing roles. So business development roles, account management roles, brand management, marketing management, customer intelligence, and digital marketing roles. So it doesn't just limit you to a marketing role. There are a wide range of roles that you can go into.
And then just a quick look at some of the companies our recent graduates are working with now. So as you can see, there's Google, Salesforce, Flutter, the IRFU, Amazon, just to name a few. So there's a huge range of companies across all different industries that we have opportunities to work with after graduation.
So this is our senior program manager, Harriet Price. She is with us every day from 9 until 5 because our master's program is 5 days a week in UCD Smurfit. So you're here every day from 9 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. So you work alongside Harriet very closely every day. So she helps a lot with the first professional development module. So any sort of client project you're left on, you're not left to your own devices. You are guided by Harriet, who has experience in Unilever and Coca-Cola. So you're not just left to your own devices. You are very, very guided throughout the whole master's.
And just if you have any questions or anything, you can email us at mdbinquiries@ucd.ie.
Elaine, and a few of those.
I'm just coming in here with a few questions. So thanks a million, Grace, and thanks, Orla. That's really good. And it's really good to get a good flavour of the different offerings that we have. So in total, we have 4 marketing programs. And obviously, as Grace and Orla both mentioned, the MDP is it's an experiential master, so it's slightly different to the other 2. The questions, Anshu, that came through was just in the 3rd semester, just around internships. Is there any internships available on the marketing programs? And Grace, if you'd like to answer that as well for the MDP.
So I'll take that for our 3 MSc programs, and then Grace and Orla can answer that for the MDP one. So for our MSc programs, which are taught, that is MSc Marketing, Digital Marketing, and Retail, you're working with a real client throughout the summer trimester. So you're really working with a real company in a sense. And we also have 2 other modules. So we have 3 modules in the summer trimester, which keep the students super engaged. So as an academic director, I wouldn't recommend that you do an internship then, because you really need to focus on the 3 modules that we are offering.
Yeah, and I suppose just to support that, we do have a dedicated careers team on campus. So we have an MBA careers manager, and then we have an MSc careers manager. So, and UCD has a very comprehensive career website. So I suppose what we do is we work with you to get you into that career, not necessarily in an internship, which can be associated more with an undergrad degree, I guess. Would you like to answer that, Grace, on the internships?
Yeah, so as we were kind of mentioning, you're working on lifetime projects all year in the MDP. So it's almost like it's simulating a work environment all year. So it wouldn't, there's no kind of internships in our course, but essentially you're kind of doing the same thing, but across different companies throughout the year, if that makes sense.
Yeah, getting the work experience, and it's across a wide range of industries. So you're constantly working with different companies from different industries, maybe the sporting industry, the pharmaceuticals industry. So there are opportunities, but not an internship per se.
So you're actually working with live projects from day one, really. So,
Yeah,
exactly.
and real companies, right? I suppose the other question then is just a quick question on the digital marketing. Anshu, is there a traditional thesis or is it a consulting project?
So this is a real consulting project where you would be working with a real client addressing their need, whatever they might have, whatever issue they are facing. And all our classes will be delivered on site. So everything is in person. So if you are planning to enroll into our masters, you really need to be on the campus.
Yeah. And I suppose just, I guess, to reiterate that on the thesis, you know, there is opportunities to do thesis, but on some of these master's programs, what we're actively looking for you to do is to develop your practical skills, I guess, and to be able to hit the ground running once you actually get a job secured outside. So I guess that same question I'm putting to Grace and Orla, thesis or consulting projects?
So in the marketing practice, there is no thesis. And then consulting projects, I would say, would be similar to the client projects. A lot of them work almost as consulting projects. So I would say, yeah, it would be the same, the client project.
Okay, Grant, the questions that also came in, is there an opportunity to do these programs part-time? And I'm afraid there isn't. We have very high demand for our marketing programs. So they are 12 months, so we don't do them part-time over 2 years. The other question that came in on just around like how many days a week would I have to be in if I'm doing a master's program?
So typically 4 days a week. You would have 4 different modules, 4 different classes. So 4 days, I would say.
Okay, and Orla, do you want to answer that one on the MDP? I know it's slightly different, just so if you want to give it.
Exactly. So it is slightly different. So as Grace mentioned, it does function like a work environment. So we would be on campus. We'd be expected to be on campus every day from 9 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. In UCD, so Michael Smurfit, the Blackrock campus. And then in our course, you do get 6 days of annual leave a year. So it does function very much like a business in that sense. So it's full time.
Like a workplace environment.
Yeah,
really, I
and
guess.
we don't, as well as that, we don't follow the standard academic calendar the same as all the other courses do. So we do get a bit of time off at Christmas and Easter, but not to the same extent as the other master's courses.
So
Yeah,
it could be a reading week or.
Yeah. So the other question here is just around intake, and do the class sizes vary slightly each year? Anshu?
Well, this one, I think, is the question is for marketing practice.
But yeah, so the class sizes, do they vary each year?
They do vary, I would say 20 to 25, but our MSc in practice, marketing practice is super competitive and highly competitive. So
yeah, and it doesn't really vary between 30 and 35. It stays around that, really. That's a product. So yeah, that was the other question, and it's a 1-year intake. So yes, all our programs are kind of end of August to the following end of August. We don't have any January intakes, just because I know there are some European schools and some UK schools that have January intake. We don't have January intake. On the admissions process, we are still open for the admissions process. So if you want to apply for any of these programs, if you go on our website, you can make an application there. There's one small additional requirement with regard to the marketing practice, and that's an interview as part of the marketing practice. And that's just to establish your, I suppose, your eligibility for that type of learning program, and if you understand what you're sort of signing up for on that kind of program. So once you apply, we schedule you for interview, and then you would be made, if you're successful on the interview and you've met the eligibility criteria, then we would make you an offer. Now you can accept an offer and have a conditional offer based on your end of year results. So even if you're a fourth year and you haven't got your results, that's fine. And you're not alone. There's a lot of people in that category. So you would you could have a conditional offer you'd accept, and you'd have a conditional offer based on you achieving your final year results. So other questions here. I hear there is a Google Analytics online certificate. Is it any useful for me to learn this before I start a master's in marketing?
I'll
Aren't
answer
you?
that one. Yes, so Google Analytics certification is free. If you want to do that, that's great. But we'll also go through SEO, Google Analytics, etc. in your class for digital marketing. So you could do that while you are doing your MSc. And we also encourage you to do these free certifications while you are doing our MSc, just to have an edge over the others. The next one, it's about, are there places available on the Retail Innovation Program? Yes, there are places available. And Elaine and I would highly encourage you to turn in your application as soon as you can, so you are on time for your visa process, etc., if you are an international student.
And there are openings as well for EU and domestic students. It's just that you don't need a visa. So what Anshu was kind of reminding you, that if you're an international student, you need a visa. Well, then you need to start looking and applying to meet those visa requirements.
So the next one is about assessments. So the assessments really vary depending on your lecturer. So some of us prefer multiple choice questions, us have a very applied project as your assessment. So there's no one particular assessment. It can vary from a project to essay or to multiple choice questions.
Yeah, I suppose the other question I would have would be both for Grace and Orla. I think it's really interesting, you know, Anshu's an academic professional, and I'm a professional in UCD for the last, whatever, 7 or 8 years. So I suppose what I would love the students to hear is, Grace, I suppose one thing about the course, or one thing about UCD Smurfit that, you know, you didn't expect before you came, and that you now see. And Orla, I'd be asking you the sort of same question. What did you not expect that you went, oh my goodness, this really wasn't, this is a good thing that I didn't see?
I would say probably how much our course does prepare you for the workplace. Like, it's definitely, of course, you go into it knowing it simulates a work environment, but you actually, I've learned so much more doing things here than I ever think I would, kind of learning it academically or learning it from a textbook. I think the practical hands-on experience has really equipped me for the actual workplace. And that's something, I suppose, coming from a different undergrad. I didn't come from a business undergrad. I think that's something that's really stood to me and will hopefully stand to me after the course.
Yeah, I would definitely echo what Grace said. I have the exact same feelings. And then I would say in terms of Smurfit, definitely I think the support network is fantastic. I came from a really large kind of undergrad, and going to a smaller class size and a smaller campus as well. The support is just unparalleled at Smurfit. It's really nice being on campus every day, and the atmosphere is fab. So I would definitely say being on campus is a completely different experience to my undergrad, but a fantastic one as well.
And I think something that's quite special about Smurfit, and we're learning now is really helpful, is how strong the alumni network is. And I think that's something that's really important in today's kind of job market. It's all about connections. And I think that's something Smurfit really gives you kind of that step up with. So that's a really, really great aspect of Smurfit too.
Yeah, and I think that's, I suppose, really important, an important thing to highlight, I guess. I mean, we're Triple Crown accredited, so we're a very highly ranked university and a very highly ranked business school. But I'm sure Anshu will reiterate that our academics are very prestigious and very highly qualified. We are a business school for over 25 years. So as Grace and Orla rightly said, there is an enormous alumni out there. Just business alumni alone, we have over 135,000 globally. And those alumni are always there for you to tap in. And I suppose it's the network, which is really important, that network, that reaching out. And I think that's something that you don't see in an undergrad, you don't experience, but when we get here, we encourage you to do that, really. Anshu, do you want to maybe support that?
Totally, and I agree with Elaine that we have a really big community of alumni and great academics who are internationally acclaimed. I'll take a last question where Shruti is asking if she needs to know about SEO or Google Analytics. No, we don't expect you to have any knowledge in marketing or business. So if you don't have a background in marketing or business, we are going to consider you that as any student, and we'll teach you everything that you need to know to excel in digital marketing. So yes, you will learn SEO, Google Analytics, etc., as part of your module.
Yeah, and there's another question here around not having a business undergrad, and I suppose that's a really key thing to on the marketing. Over 60% of our students would not have a business undergrad, and about 80% of our programs are open to non-business students. So I don't know, Grace, Orla, are you both business undergrads?
No, neither of us are.
There you go. We didn't plan that, but there you go. So the good news is that, because I guess Anshu, you assume that people don't have a background. So I assume you teach the basics from kind of ground zero and yeah. Somebody's asking about pre-sessional EAP. Anything that you have is going to be useful. So if you're making your application and you have done any sort of other qualifications outside your undergrad, include those, because all of those feed into giving a perspective as the sort of student you are. So if you've done volunteer work or anything of that sort of area, I think that's really important from our perspective, from an application point of view. And Grace and Orla, I guess interviews, would that also feed in how important that would be?
Yeah, definitely at the interview process, that would be something that would be considered very favorable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're nearly at final question time. We're being told we're nearly, and I don't know if there's anything else, Anshu, that you'd like to add.
I think we've answered all the questions that we could think of, but if the students have any questions related to academics, I'm here, all the program directors are here, and if you have any questions related to admissions, Elaine is always here, just an email.
Yeah, and our website, we're all on our emails are on the website, so I'm happy to reach out. Like if there's anybody has any questions, we'll direct you. And if it's marketing practice you're specifically interested in, we will get you to connect with either Grace or Orla, and I think that's a good idea as well. So yeah.
Yep. Thank you so much all, and thanks for stepping in, and Elaine, Grace, and Orla, you all did a great job. And if you have any questions, let us know. Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.